Coffee. All right, follow me. Let's go. All right, I've got kickball coming up. We're gonna head off to the park. I'm gonna get some kiting practice in before the game. Before I went to training, I actually built my comms helmet beforehand. So I actually recorded quite a bit of myself, including my first flight. So I would share that, just so you guys don't have to look at my weird mug. Go kiting, get to talk for a bit, introduce myself, talk about how and why I got into paramotoring. I actually got into it during a really tough spot in my life, so this is going to be kind of a somber video. While I'm kiting, when I talk, I'm actually going to edit it. It won't be sped up, but I'm going to cut all the breaks. It might make it a little annoying to watch, otherwise they'll end up lasting like twice as long as what it needs to be. But it won't be too bad. Let's go fly a kite. To some baseball diamonds. I last year joined a kickball team. It's made up mostly of librarians. On the off season, we still play kickball once a week. Pretty cool. Yeah, I'm in my mid-30s. I'm still down for kickball. We even do some foursquare at night. So ever since I got home from training, every time I go to kite, it's nil wins. So it's just nothing but forward launches. Nobody around, so no one's gonna think I'm nuts talking to myself. So I guess a little bit about myself. I'm a military brat. Dad was in the Air Force, enlisted, so we were pretty poor. We lived in trailers, but I always got what a kid could want. Give me a Nintendo when I was little and let me rent video games, an outdoors kid, and eventually moved to Whiteman Air Force Base. That even had woods on the base, so it's freaking awesome. Played in the woods with my friends and did intramural sports. But then North Dakota happened because the B-2 bombers came to Whiteman Air Force Base and they decommissioned the Minuteman III nukes. My dad was in the missile wing, so we got shipped to North Dakota, and that kind of ruined my childhood because I moved up there in the middle of a school year. Yeah, I've always been an awkward weirdo, but I had trouble making friends. It's freaking North Dakota, so I actually became a shut-in, sort of. I still do things, but ended up being kind of a computer geek. I was always really good at math and science. I wanted to get into science and engineering. Problem was, I didn't know exactly what I wanted to do. I didn't want to be part of a team that builds a space shuttle or something. I wanted to build it by myself. One thing that really changed me is I ended up getting into jazz. Now, I'm a classic rocker. I was born and raised on classic rock. I didn't really identify with anyone my age. I even saw Pink Floyd when I was like 10 years old. Jazz music is it's not what you think. Not like you got to snort the 50-yard line just to dance to bebop music. There's some really beautiful stuff out there. A local university invited me to play in a combo and a band, and I ended up getting scholarshiped. And I wasn't talented by any means. I was a pianist, but I only started when I was 10, and I used to look for MIDI files when I was a kid because I had a program that would show me the notes. Probably why I never developed a good ear. I didn't want to be an artist or anything, but I really wanted to be a teacher. The guy I learned from, he made something pretty special. I was like, I want to teach college and high school kids. And that took me on a long journey where I experienced a lot of great stuff, but I also kind of ruined my life in a way. So I ended up going to school for like 7 years. I have 180 college credits, and I actually don't have a degree. I have enough credits for a master's, and I don't even have a bachelor's. So when I left college, I was actually pretty destitute, borderline homeless, and I don't know, I kind of felt my life was over at that point. Incurred a lot of debt. There was a tragic story and all that too, and I just won't get into it now, but yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna be kiting right now. I have to wait till the winds die down a little bit. Pick up my phone, double check my amp. I ended up losing my dreams, was in the hole, and I mean, I thought that was it. I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna get out of this. It was freaking awful. It just felt like doom. I don't know how I got through that time period, but I ended up getting a job in the death care industry, cemetery and funeral home, and worked there for like 10 years. I started as a temp and worked my butt off, worked a lot of 60, 70 hours weeks. I got promoted pretty rapidly about 4 years in and randomly became a cemetery superintendent. Kind of got into it because I got a job one summer weed eating parks, and man, I love to weed eat. Pay me $20 an hour to weed eat, I'll do that for the rest of my life. Worked myself up to a superintendent, and for what I had, I was actually really freaking good at it. It was really good for me because it was a very hard, stressful job, but I was very successful in making the place better, and I can't take all the credit, actually. I hired some people that were they're amazing people. They actually did all the magic, but it was awesome interacting with the community, becoming part of the Memorial Day Observance Association here, working with a lot of vets groups. Fun fact, I actually buried people who died in World War II in battle. So Battle of the Bulge and Pearl Harbor as well, because it hasn't been till now where they've been able to have the technology to identify the remains. But yeah, I actually did manage, despite going up against the odds. I got married and worked my butt off and was able to go from nothing to, buying an extremely modest house. I worked all the time. It was nothing but work. Come home, work some more. Yeah, I didn't really take trips. Definitely wasn't relaxing, I could tell you that. Then life punched me again in rapid succession. And the first one that hit absolutely devastated me. And having been through it before, I knew what I was going to have to do to get through it is to preoccupy myself and just stay busy. And I mean, I felt like a dried up turd on a bad stretch of road, but I got into the best shape of my life. I had some really good friends, and I'd go over and take care of them, chores for them, and things kind of turned around. But I mean, I was dealing with some massive stress behind it too, and it was just one of those things I probably cried my eyes out about every other day. Got star. I need to remember where my bees are. Did that once. I've flown 2 different gliders and got confused where my bees were once and thought I grabbed them, and yeah, I went on a nice 50-foot drag, but sliding on my back, so it was actually kind of fun. It really hurt. Oh, I love paraglider wings. Oh yeah. Oh sure, now it dies down. And I'm on. Oh yeah. Oh, check it. Yeah, the winds are pick up, they'll die. Just want a nice constant breeze. Come on, little doggy. Oh yeah. Man, she wants to fly. I'll set her down. Just trying to control it, not trying to fly it. So, a year later, a second real bad life punch hit, and that did me in. I lost all self-worth. Everything was gone. My body was starting to rot. My brain and my heart were gone. I just lost all hope. It was just freaking terrible. This kickball team saved my butt, because when that happened, I was bedridden, pretty much. I mean, I would chores, take care of the house. The kickball team at least got me out once a week. It was during that time I actually found paramotoring. Followed a guy that did bush planes. I was like, oh, that's so cool, but I'll never have that kind of money to do something like that. Then of course I found Tucker, and it wasn't so much like, oh wow, you can do this. It's, wait, you mean I could do this safely, like without breaking my legs or dying? That's what really sold me on it. So I kind of promised myself it was going to be something I was going to do if I got myself out of that funk. Yeah, nothing too flashy here, people. I am a rookie. So, found paramotoring, just started researching the crap out of it. But then I went to work for a new business, it's a small business, and I mean, it's just freaking awesome. I always was afraid of leaving the death care industry because that's what I thought all I knew how to do. And I'm doing something completely different, and it's freaking engaging. And they just treat me so freaking good. Like, it's just ridiculous how nice they are. So I found them and I was like, you bet, they're just freaking amazing people. And so I pulled the trigger, went and got my training. And man, when I arrived at training, it was like, felt like a kid again. Getting up in the air, I don't know, it really felt like all the horrible things I had to deal with the last 15 years meant something. My third flight in, it sank in and I sobbed. It was like tears of joy. Come on, get that wall built. Whoa! Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Oh man, there's nothing like flying a kite. I'll take away depression real quick. Get yourself a $3,000 kite and go to a park and look like a crazy person. Oh yeah. Alright, heading to the sand. Gonna break this. Come on now. Part of the reason why I got into this wasn't for a thrill. I knew there was a process to it that would make me a happier person. You gotta do motor maintenance, you gotta practice, you gotta stay sharp in the morning and evenings to fly. You can't just get wasted or something. I mean, that's what it all is about. I made it into a journey. It worked. This was expensive, and I was able to do it. Well, one, I don't have kids. I wish I always had one, but I don't have kids. I didn't spend my whole savings doing this, but it took an amount of money I was extremely uncomfortable with, but I don't regret it. I mean, it was like a light bulb in my brain, like when I'm kiting. I don't think I've got natural depression. I think anxiety I do. That's why I like being a cemetery super, because my anxiety went away. There's just too much stuff going on. I felt confident, strong, but I've had such bad life traumas that have added up that I could definitely say I've got a problem with depression. But I'm active in dealing with it. It's not like, I'm not trying to be boo-hoo about it. Like, most people don't know. I crack people up. If I'm grumpy, I don't get moody. They just think I'm a happy guy. And it's just like a brain issue. Your brain gets wired, or some traumas just don't heal right. I'm very critical on myself. I care about how other people think and feel, even if I don't agree with them. It's one of those things you just feel like garbage, every day, but, not all the time. Like, I'm super happy at work. Love doing this. Love being with my friends and family, but just have certain moments you can't turn the brain off. Let's see. You gonna inflate for me, girl? Yeah. Just freaking beautiful. Like, I love kiting. I'm not here to complain about my life. I've actually had a lot of great opportunities. I feel like life, it just hasn't been easy. And everybody deals with stuff differently. I'm an extremely lucky person. I think working hard and being nice to people is what really matters. I've gone through things, but I've also been highly rewarded by stuff too. I'm just not independently wealthy, but I am lucky. And the crazy thing is I didn't have a unique story when I went to training. I met guys there, and it seemed like they were doing it for the same reasons I was. And we shared stories. I mean, grown men crying together. Some of their stories, I don't even know if I would want to trade places with them. Send it. Oh man. Oh. Oh yeah. Oh man. Oh, nice. Nice and easy. Be nice if I had a motor right now. Okay, come on. There you go. That's the wind shifting or what's going on here. Yep. Freaking Nebraska winds, my. That's all right. Oh, fly, baby, fly. No, don't do me dirty. So paramotoring thing's been freaking amazing for the soul. See where she want to go. Oh, yeah. These things are just freaking beautiful. Yeah, it's kind of hard to talk about sadness when flying a wing. I don't know. It just brings joy to your life. So there's a lot of helmet footage from training. I'm going to share that, make it relatively uncut. I'm just going to cut the parts where I'm not saying anything, but I actually talk quite a bit up in the air. I was giggling and making noises like a 10-year-old boy. It's embarrassing. Oh, there's some wind. Oh, yeah. Oh, there we go. Oh, yes. Fly, baby, fly. Oh. Should I spin? What way do I spin? Nope, wrong way. See, I told you. I get mixed around. Oh, yeah. This is just so much fun. I wasn't even worried about not having a paramotor. I was like, sweet, I get to come home and kite. Now, the clip that I was sobbing and this is true, I don't know what, if I didn't hit my button right, I didn't record it. I wish I did, because I wish I could have experienced that moment and feeling again, but it was mid-flight right after, and you could tell I was choked up in my voice. So yeah, if you're feeling bad about your life, buy a paramotor. Oh! Unbelievable. Oh my God. Oh, that took forever for me to get me out. I just didn't want to run up in the air. A little bit of bumps. Oh man. Woo-hoo. Little bit of bumps. Oh, I got a train coming. I was just gonna say foot drag the train, and he pops on the radio, hey, you get bonus points if you foot drag the train. Woo, easy breezy, beautiful comfort girl. Man, this air really likes to drift you around. It's kind of like when I got a co-pilot of Cessna, it kind of felt like I was driving on ice. Oh man. Little bumpy. Here, prep. Wow. Wow. Well, there's my new 2-deck solo. We just replaced the new lines on it. Shredded premium crop. Who's slapping down there? Wow. Woo. Oh man. Tell you what, those takeoffs are. The takeoffs are intimidating once you're in the air. Like, it is just great. I mean, it feels like, hey, I've been doing this for a while. Whew. Probably smelled my brake. Oh, this is just beautiful. Just beautiful. But yeah, the launches are really intimidating for me and hard, but yeah, once you get in your seat and you're going, like, this ain't scary at all. Whew. Eyes are watering. That's salt in them. Oh man, I finally completed the journey. Oh man. Landings are pretty fun too. I don't think they're intimidating. The towing really helps with that. Because once you tow and you can really hold down your brakes, it feels pretty good. Yeah, this is second flight. Like, I was really intimidated about trying to do it again because I kept blowing kiting. We had so many winds, and reverse kiting takes a lot of practice. This one I actually launched from a reverse kite. And I ran into the air, unlike that first bobsled, so that was pretty cool. See how I land this thing. Oh yeah, that's beautiful. I like it. I completed a journey. This was a long thing. I should probably stop. Yeah, that last flight I got really choked up. But doing probably my final flight of the evening. This is my fourth one, and did a 2-lapper. But what I was really trying to say is, I mean, I got choked up because when I found paramotoring, it was during a really hard time in my life, and it was pretty bad. I told myself if I found myself in a good direction again, this was going to be something I was going to do, and I was so afraid to ask people about it. I know it's a lot of money, but I found that good thing. I actually work for these amazing people that really change things for me. They really appreciate me and treat me good, and I've got a lot of great things in my life too, but you know, sometimes you take a life punch, and this was just something I promised I'd do, and it was a big, long journey. I built a helmet. Get some bumps. Got my ham radio license and just made a big to do about it. You know, got some glamping equipment. It's such a big thing for my brother because he's kicked my ass so much in this. He's kited better. You know, he flew first. He flew several times before me. I was doing really bad. Woo! Get some bumps here. I have to gain some altitude. Gave him such pride and confidence, and he's a guy that's very shy, so I think this was great for him. He had such a good time. It's nasty weather. It was a bad training week, but man, it all came together. Like all of this. This is something really special. I get it's expensive, and you know, it's a hobby, but you know, if you fly paramotors, you know, I've had some really painful moments in my life, but I tell you what, I'm one of the luckiest men on this planet. It's things that I have, people I have in my life. We're at the right time in history, especially for something that's starting like this where it's safe. I mean, it's like growing up being a part of Led Zeppelin. It's just a magical moment. Like, this is just crazy because, woo! A bit of a bump there. Man! It's incredible. Just incredible. So my motor isn't here yet. My wing is. So I'm going to go home and kite the crap out of it. I totally understand what they say now about why kiting is so important. You really got to kite. Get training and kite. And kiting's fun. You got a good breeze, under 12 miles an hour. Doing some reverse kiting and just learning how to control your fun is actually learning how to control your kite is a lot of fun. You feel like you're on a bouncy chair when you get good at it. You kind of dance around and woo, get some bumps. It's kind of cool as the weather's been so trashy. We only know what breeze is. It's some bumpy weather, so tonight was the first smoothish night, which it wasn't even like a butter smooth, and we were like, wow. So in a way we were all used to the bumps and stuff, and we just didn't know any better. We were like, oh. Yeah, this is going to be my final attempt, I think. I want to end it on a good note. This has been fabulous. Just amazing. And it was so frustrating. The wind and the weather got me and I couldn't kite. And then it all came together. I had a great evening like this. Today, all my flights were today. I mean, holy crap. What an adventure. Driving 7 hours from Nebraska, coming here, camping with my brother. Like, this was a journey. What a beautiful. It's all about sticking it to you. You fail, you feel bad, it frustrates you, Just keep trying. Don't give up. Always stay moving. And that goes for anything in life. Keep moving. I had to do that a couple times, and when I stayed moving, it kept me healthy and alive. Let's see how this landing is.